the state decided not to file charges against someone, and then after dropping the case, more evidence of what they would have charged them with surfaces, can the state go back and refile?
Well, first of all, you gave a lot of information, Tasha, and a lot of background information that's really helpful as far as this case is concerned, because I think you have to hear all of it to kind of understand some of what's going on. And you use some legal terms that I do want to explain as we go along as well, because I think for the general public who are not lawyers, they may not understand these terms and what they mean, or they may, but just for those who don't. But let's talk about directly answering your question. Can you recharge someone who you've dismissed the case? And in true lawyer fashion, the answer is it depends.
It depends.
Right? True lawyer fashion. Here's what it depends on. Was there a trial of that case? Or was there an adjudication of that case? If there was, then what's called jeopardy, double jeopardy, attaches, and you can't retry that person. So, for example, if Mr. McNutt had gone to trial and there was a trial, and let's say he was found not guilty, and now you find additional evidence related to that specific crime that he's charged with. Because if you find evidence of an unrelated crime, you certainly can charge him, right? But if you find evidence of that specific crime that he's charged with, and I believe the charges here were child abuse with great bodily harm. So
without great bodily harm.
Oh, without great bodily harm.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you find that there was other evidence for another crime, that would be different. But if you're finding that the evidence is exactly the same or related to this same charge, then no, you cannot recharge. However, that's not what happened with Mr. McNutt. There's no jeopardy attached, because what happened was the state did what's called a no file, which is one of the terms I want to talk about. When a state no files a case, or they could also call null pros, which is a little different. One means that there's been no information filed, which is a no file. And the other one is there was an information filed or an indictment filed, but we're dismissing it after that. So here it's a no file. And so that means that prior to charging him, formally charging him with the charges, they realized, or they found, that there was not enough evidence for them to go forward, them being the state, for them to go forward. So they dismissed the charge. If they were to learn additional information, let's say an independent witness who sees these beatings come forward and say, I was there on such and such a night, I've been in Africa, I didn't hear all the news, I didn't see all the news, and I just got home today and I have additional information that can substantiate Junior's account of what happened, the state could